What's going on, guys? God bless you. Carlos here with Serranos Mobile Detail in Dallas, Texas. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. So today's video is going to be very short, very sweet. I really don't want to take a lot of your time, but this was actually brought to me by a viewer. He actually asked me to do a video of what I have for paint corrections, or what does he need to buy. Okay, so hopefully this video is for all the guys that are new and are slowly venturing out into the exteriors. All right, so hopefully this video kind of helps you. What I'm about to show you is what I have acquired over the past couple of years, so it can get costly. Okay, so what I show you, don't go and buy everything at once. All right, I repeat, don't go buy everything at once. Start small, slowly build your artillery, and trust me, and when you least notice, you have everything or more that you will need for your exterior corrections, coatings, hand waxes, and so forth. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so the Chicago Electric orbital polisher was my very first one 6 years ago, guys, and it is this one right here, guys. This thing has taken a beating of a lifetime, guys, but it is still going strong. I purchased this one from Harbor Freight, and I dearly love this one. It has sentimental value because it started with me. And when I started this one, obviously I had a 6-inch backing plate, and then I slowly transitioned to a 5-inch backing plate, and then obviously now, guys, I have a 3-inch. It's a dedicated 3-inch polisher, and it does amazingly for small areas like mirrors, the bottom of the bumpers, pillars, and so forth. So this one, when I purchased it, it cost me like $69 at that time. Now sadly they don't have the Chicago Electric anymore, they have the Bauer, but it's still a great bargain for the money if you're looking to start. Harbor Freight carries some good, entry level polisher, but if you're looking for something a little bit more better, the Griot's is really well to start with, and kind of slowly build your equipment from there. Next one we have is this was actually sent from a viewer. I'm assuming he got tired of me using this one, and he sent me one. So if you're watching this video to that viewer, I still have it, and I am still using it. This is the Adams Swirl Killer, guys, 15 millimeter long throw, and this machine, it is really well. It does amazingly for all the corrections, 1 steps, 2 steps. It does really well. The difference between this one and my Harbor Freight is that this one teaches you. I feel like it taught me how to use it better, or how to correct better, because if you're not holding this machine a certain way, or straight, it will not perform to its ability. So in a way, it teaches you how to control, how to maneuver your hand to correct better. So this machine, it just takes a little bit to get adjusted, but it does the job, guys. It does really well. So to that viewer that sent me this one, thank you very much. I still have it, and I'm still using it, and it's doing amazing. This one here goes from 2,000 RPMs up to 4,500, I believe. Yes, 4,500. So it goes from a speed 1 up to a 6, but I usually keep it around speed 5 for cutting, correcting. It does really well. The next one is my most recent purchase. Is my SPTA mini polisher, guys. This one was $200 when I purchased it. At the moment, Amazon is sold out. They don't have it. So if you go to Amazon, you will not see it. But for $200, guys, it doesn't hurt me. I have used this many times. It does very well. Obviously, many will say the Rupes, it's a Rupes, but this is not. It's just like the Rupes, obviously the brand. This is not a name brand, but it's an amazing contender for the price. The Rupes, you're usually going to pay around $600. For me, it's not always about the money. If I have a good machine, or if I know how to use a machine and I have great pads, I feel like the pads is where I'm spending mostly all my money. Alright, so the SPTA mini polisher, and hopefully I'll be putting a link to all these items I'm showing you. Again, don't go and buy everything. Start small. Alright, the next thing I'm going to show you is the pads I have. Alright, so we will start with my Rupes. My favorite ones, these are the 5-inch medium cut pads by Rupes. If I'm using this one, I'm pairing it with a 3-inch Rupes pad. Alright, next up we have the Rupes fine cut, and I usually pair it obviously with a 3-inch polishing pad. Usually when you're doing corrections, you want to keep the I try to pair them with the same pads for what the corrections I'm doing, and then obviously it depends on the paint too, because sometimes the paint, you know, doesn't pair well with the pad, so you got to find something that's gonna work with your polishes. And different paints are, you know, they're picky. The next ones I'm going to show you guys are my Lake Country HDO pads, and obviously I pair it with the HDO 3-inch pads. These are very rough, so these are the cutting. I would pair these with like Coach Chemi H9, which is this one right here. So I would pair this ones together so you get the best cutting possible. Then also, if you're doing with these Rupes medium, I usually would pair it with the F601, alright, or the micro cut, this one here. I would pair these, and it is an amazing combination. But to be honest, any of these polishes you use with this Rupes will do the job. Alright, the next one I'm going to show you, I don't know if I did, but these are the medium cut. So I'll pair it always together, 3-inch with the 5-inch. The medium cuts is for paints that are not defected much. The medium cuts will do very well. Alright, so you might be thinking, well, what kind of pad do I need for different kinds of paint? It just depends. These are more for if you're working with a vehicle that doesn't have many defects. These would be the ones. The Rupes, amazing. These are a little bit on the higher end side, more costlier, because obviously they are Rupes name brands. And then you have your Lake Countries which are amazing products, amazing contenders. They do really well, and I haven't had any issues with the Lake Countries. But these are amazing pads overall. And then obviously we have our wool pads. This is the wool pad from Lake Country. This is a 5-inch. If you're working with really hammered paint, I've been pairing the wool pad with the Coach Chemi H9, and man, it does some amazing work. Really good. Alright, next thing I'm going to show you obviously is you'll need a light. You can get an inexpensive light from Walmart, from Amazon. This one here is a snap-on rechargeable, and it has different modes to adjust the light. Alright, and you're able to dim the light as well. So this is a good light for checking out your defects and stuff like that. I usually put them around my neck, or if I'm wearing a hat, I'll put them, and I'll get like more of that aerial look. Gives you that sun, you know, I guess that sun look. Next thing I want to talk about is polishes. Whenever I started, guys, I started with Meguiar's, so I was taught using Meguiar's, so I carry a lot of Meguiar's. This is the heavy cut. Usually if I'm using heavy cut, I'm usually pairing it with a wool pad to get the most out of it. Next up we have my Meguiar's D300, which is my correction polish. And as always, I'm just dropping things. But this is the Meguiar's correction polish. I usually pair this one with a Rupes, yellow pad, and boy, it leaves your car, the paint's looking amazing. And lastly, obviously, we have the Coach Chemi bundle that I just purchased, and this kit is for $54.99, I believe, at Coach Chemi of Texas. And these are amazing. I'm a Rupes guy, but slowly I'm moving up to, you know, better polishes, better compounds. I want to get more flawless work. Coach Chemi is the way to go. And then obviously, if you've never heard the word IPA is pretty much a product that's going to remove the waxes, the polishes after you correct, so that way when you go and apply your usually when you correct, after you do your polishing and everything, you have to come back and remove all that. You want to make sure your paint is as virgin as possible, no oils, no fillers, no nothing like that. So you'll use mine is Duplicolor grease and wax remover. So what I'll do is I will usually pour it in a bottle, or you can actually take this sprayer, put it onto this one, and that's it. And what you'll do, guys, is obviously you just spray your panel. You'll come back with your preferred towel, a good microfiber towel, and then you just wipe it off like that. Wait for it to dry, then you'll come back and wipe it off, and you're set. Alright, that way when you apply the sealant, your coating, it bonds correctly, and that's just the proper way to do it. But overall, guys, this was a little bit of what I use when I do corrections. I know I didn't mention one thing was clay bars. I use a clay bar. Also, you'll need a strip soap, which is I use Purple Power Vehicle Boat Wash. And you need iron removal, whether it is the Adams iron removal that I use, any type of iron removal to remove the iron contaminations off the paint. But this is pretty much the majority of what I use on the daily when I do corrections. Again, don't go and spend a substantial amount of money. Start small, get some customers in. That way you get to start building your inventory, your stuff. And when you least expect it, guys, you'll have more than me probably. But at the end of the day, it's what you feel comfortable. If your budget is a Rupes, go get you a Rupes. Whatever is gonna, whatever you feel like it's in your budget, of course. All right. So mine is more of a more economical starter pack, because I really don't have name brands. I'm on a mission to show that you can do amazing quality work with not high-end stuff. But at the end of the day, sometimes you do need those high-end stuff to get the job done. So hopefully this review helped you guys. Again, thank you so much for the support, and we'll see you guys next time.